Good morning. This is a play, and it's called Outside Mullingar by John Patrick Shanley, directed by Denni Hunting. And here is a few words that I will read. When I was a very young lad, when visiting my grandmother's house at Mission Bay, San Diego, California, my ears would always perk alert from the two voices coming from the kitchen. My great-grandmother, Myrtle Glass, and her daughter would be sitting across from each other, exchanging a spirited conversation that sounded like music to my ears. They both shared the same blood from the lyrical and witty heritages of Ireland. I would sit nearby listening to their feisty, clattering arguments that weren't hateful, but vigorously, with a cackle and a laughing roar, and with their satisfied conclusion that was never resolved. They would turn and embrace me and ask me if I was hungry. The words they spoke were no other. They were lively and cutting, then soothing, with sadden, reminiscing, but never boring. One of my favorite playwrights of all time is George Bernard Shaw, one of the most prolific writers of drama, comedy, to set foot on this great green Irish earth. Did I just say green Irish earth? Yes, I guess I did. But there is a reason for it, because Mr. Shaw was born on July 26, 1856, and spent his early days living in Dublin, Ireland. An Irish lad he was. Getting back to my great-grandmother, Myrtle Glass, she was truly the major shining influence in my Uncle Victor Bono's acting career. It was she, with her marvelous diction and wit and lyrical tone of voice, that inspired him into becoming the Oscar-nominated Best Supporting Actor in 1962 in the motion picture of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So you see, the Irish were known for their luck, and my Uncle Victor Bono benefited by it. Who knows? Perhaps in watching this marvelous production, you too will benefit a little or a lot from the Irish luck that may sprinkle upon you. That is, if you're sitting in the first row. After all, there are exceptions even for leprechauns. You know.
The strip of 40 meters like a blockade in the middle of my driveway, keeping my house from the road.
You have only to open the gate.
And close it, and open the second gate, and close that as well.
Are you that lazy?
Have you ever gotten out of my car in the rain and drowned yourself working those damn gates? And all over a patch of nothing.
It rains on us all.
I'll give you a fair price for it.
Did you broach this with Chrissy?
I did, and never had he a word in reply. But he's passed over now.
Just.
He was a good man, but stubborn.
He was a bulldog. That man would fight the sky.
He did, and the sky won.
Oh, in truth it did. He's gone to God.
It's mine.
It is not.
It should be. Can you deny it?
I do deny it.
The one reason you own that bit of land is hate and spite.
That's 2 reasons.
Hate and spite in the love of the upper hand.
What kind of twist is that on the truth? You were down on your luck, and Chris took pity.
There was no pity in it. All I needed was a loan for £200, and for that he took my right away.
You sold it to him.
It was a loan.
It was not. I have a bill of sale.
I was back to him in 6 months with the money.
He didn't need the money.
He didn't need that strip of land, but he held on to it for 30 years.
Yes, he did.
Why did he? Why?
Maybe there was no why.
No. Something went unsaid.
The situation does you no real harm.
It does you no good,
Leave it. Why go into it now?
because my time is almost done.
Tut, tut.
And I need to pass the farm down as it was given me.
To an American.
Here's an Irish passport.
He's no Irishman.
Not like that at the ballet. Guess I never knew him.
To watch him walk was to know there was grace in the world. He had the blood of kings in him.
Kept his counsel like a king. No one knew what he was thinking.
I did. He wasn't much of a talker, but he had his reasons, as do I.
Tell me this then, if you know, why did he buy our right away?
Because your dog came begging.
You'd like to think so. My man wanted a loan, that's all. There was no hat in hand.
Bloody hell, his hand was out.
Would you stand there and lord it over us?
Would you stand there and bite the hand? Have you never heard of gratitude?
I'll tell you what I've never heard of. I've never heard a decent speech by you or yours on the subject of your family shortcomings.
Shortcomings? What shortcomings?
Are you blind as well? Sure, I can name it if you'd like. The Muldoon's larceny.
The Muldoon's what? I adapt.
Should keep you awake at night what your people have done.
What we've done? What have we done? You should thank Christ for a good neighbour.
Bollocks to that! You've had us by the throat for 30 years with your land grabbing, and why? What did your da want with our right away?
For me! For me, you idiot boy! You pushed me down, that's why. You shoved me down and left me crying in the yellow grass. And I would have mine back, I would, and run to my dock. So now you have 2 gates between you and what's yours. And I hope you like it, because there's none to blame but yourself.
Don't mean it.
I do.
Jesus, Mary, it was you behind that.
You shoved me like it was nothing.
I don't even remember the day.
Well, I remember it. And I own that parcel, and you do not.
You mean your mom?
No, me. And I'll never sell it.
Why not?
Because my voice says no.
Fine.
Anthony Riley and I were born on 2 farms, side by side, and we will die side by side. And no old fool trying to show his power at sunset will bungle that.
Rosemary, you have secrets of your own, and once they're out, they're out.
Have no secrets. I buried my dear father today. You will lose no more.
Are you in love with Anthony?
More than love.
Don't be.
I don't care beyond one thing, that man, that his farm, and my farm be hard by.
Rose.
Look at me and take pity. You'll leave me soon.
Sure, it's true. I can't deny it.
I feel that grief no more than today.
Rosemary.
He'll never marry.
But neither will I. And he will be in his house, and I will be in mine. Here's your tea.
There's much of your father in you.
I'm proud to know it.
Two bulldogs.
No, I'm a swan.
I will not let this farm die with Anthony.
You will not do this. You will not do that. So what will you do?
He means to sell it to his brother's son.
In America?
He'll come and take over.
And go through the 2 gates?
He wants the road.
And I'm here to tell you, he will never get it.
You will not tell me how to dispose of my property.
And you'll have no sway over mine. Drink your tea.
Don't order me in my own house.
No one owns a house.
I own mine.
It was handed to you.
I gave my life to it.
And Anthony his.
Anthony's not a Riley.
Is that what you're about? Your name?
He takes after his mother's father, John Kelly.
He does in the face.
And in the head. John Kelly put his dog on trial for slander.
When was that? 100 years ago?
Less than 70.
You're the one who's daft.
Say what you want. Blood will tell.
I think it's talking right now a lot of bloody nonsense.
Anthony doesn't love the farm.
What's that hold of you isn't love, old man?
Who do you think you are?
It's pride.
I want to buy her half the time, without so much as a nod. She bore me children, Trish and Audrey. Then you. And I felt nothing. Till one day, something gave way. Out in the fields and the wet grass, the quiet hand of God touched me so soft I thought it was a breeze. Something came to save me, son. And it'll come for you too. I drive out with the feed in the morning, split open the bag into the trough, and the cattle would walk forward. I can't name the day. The cattle were there. The rain let up, and the sun shone. The sun shone on me. And I started in singing, just like that. That old song, Mam's song, Wild Mountain Time. Do you know it?
Sure I do.
And we'll all go together to pull Wild Mountain Time. And the sun shone on me. And I started in laughing as I saw me singing. And I'd never been that mad. Never. Singing in the fields. All the days are alike on a farm. And yet of a sudden, the drudgery I had known since birth lifted off me. And a joy came up into me. Out of the land, out of all of it, the cattle and the sky. And when I went home to the house, a moment came there too, where all of it, you, her, the girls, even the house itself came to life in me. But it started out there in the fields that had been lonely. And I knew it was her.
My life is here. We name it. Be bold for me.
I told Adam about you.
Well, tell him to go to hell to Amsterdam.
Would you leave off Amsterdam?
Tell him I'm yours.
You're not.
Make me yours.
But I'm mad as a Kelly.
I don't care.
I fly around in my mind like a tiny thing.
Look at me. Look how I look at you. I have no skin so tender I am to you.
And I am a virgin.
We'll solve that. I'm mad too, you know.
Are you mad?
You'll find out. When it's too late.
Jesus, all those years wasted.
Who knows the way things should be? There's beauty in this.
Will you take down the gates now?
Never.
The voice I heard in the fields. It didn't say go, not just that. It said go to her.